or you can contribute towards new computer hardware, guitar strings, you know, all those things that are necessary to music creation but that aren't free. If you make music professionally or as a hobbyist, I hope you take a moment to check out my YouTube channel or my Twitter account, and if you like what you see there and have the means to do so, I hope you'll consider supporting me on Ko-fi. See you later.
Guess what? I'm poor.
You hear that? It's weird. How do I stay motivated whilst making music or writing music? Deadlines and needing to pay rent is like the main reason, to be honest. I've made music my business and main source of income. Bosh. Shut up, me. How's it going, internet? This may well be the stupidest idea I've ever had, but we're gonna try it. We're gonna see where it takes us. And there's already like a bunch of problems with it that have come to mind, but we're gonna work it out. We're gonna see what happens. Can I make an entire piece of music using the Lick? As I tried to work out what I was doing on tonight's stream, I stuck on my Adam Neely brand The Lick hoodie, and I was like, oh yeah, no, that'll do. And then I committed to it. Hey Annie, how's it going? Guess who's here? You? That's my guess. So, trying to make an entire piece of music using the Lick. Well, let's talk about what the Lick is to begin with. That's probably a good place to start, right? Hey, I got it right. I'm a genius. Let me put this away. We are going to use percussion. We're going to have a drum kit. I don't know how that's going to work, but we'll deal with that. Let me add some sort of pitched instrument. I'm going to go pianette. Pianette is like a really sort of gentle piano type thing. I also realised that I have this thing on my webcams. When I turn them on, it automatically compensates for the low light in the room. Excuse me, compensates for the low light in the room, because this is a very dark space. Even with like the studio lights on, it's still pretty dingy in here. And I realised if I just turn that off, I get a much better frame rate. So I realised that with my face cam. And I didn't think until earlier today to try that with this. So the frame rate on the keyboards is a lot better. Yeah, it's much better. The Lick, if I can remember it. There it is. The Lick is a meme. It's a musical meme popularized by music theory YouTuber and jazz bassist Adam Neely, a chap that I'm rather fond of. I like his channel. I think he's a smart dude. I would like to know him in person, although I don't think he would get anything out of knowing me. The Lick is kind of a meme. that has been propagated by several different people online and in the real world. I dare say Adam Neely is responsible for the majority of the popularity of this meme, which is why he prints merch with it on. They're sort of inextricably linked at this point, Adam Neely and the Licc. It has become a meme because it is a musical phrase that instrumental musicians, jazz musicians, fusion musicians use, and it's kind of a good vamp phrase. So if you're improvising and you're not really sure what to play, you can get away with that quite comfortably, and you can hear it in a lot of music. It comes up all over the place. I've played it accidentally a few times, probably on recordings as well at this point. So let's have a version of that on here. So it's in D Dorian, I believe. We don't necessarily have to stick with that key. We're going to choose a key and stick with it. I may as well go for D. I don't care. So we start with E. Da, da, da. Two, three, four. That's the phrase. So the challenge I've set myself is, can we make an entire piece of music, so not necessarily something 3 minutes in length, but something that has 2 discernible parts, like a verse and a chorus, for example, that repeat verse, chorus, and then ideally something slightly different, and then a chorus again. And what do I mean when I say using only this phrase? So we have a few different ways that we can use this phrase. We can use it in its raw sense, like you just heard. We can pitch it down. We can pitch it up. We can change the timing of it. We can make it twice as fast. We can make it twice as slow. We can have versions that start at different points in time. There's loads of different ways we can play around with this, and I hope there's enough. So just in terms of like I'm trying to work out what the best thing to do is. Do we tackle some of the big problems that we're going to have with this, or do we just start making music? Maybe we just start making music. So let's have the phrase like that. We're going to go a little bit faster. We're going to go up to 143. What does that feel like? Cool. So we're just going to have that phrase going, I think. Let's have a bass instrument over here. We're going to go... Maybe not even bass. Maybe just slightly lower. That's quite bassy. Nah, not really fan of that. Let's go instead. Let's just load up a an electric bass, like the J bass bridge. The J bass is going to play a version of this that is maybe 4 times as long. So that's fine. I'm going to... this isn't really altering it. I'm just going to change it so there is 1 note per bar. And then we're going to go down 2 octaves. Cool. So that's quite interesting, isn't it? Because that note is held out for so long. That E is held out for so long. I wonder if we can get away with adapting it like this. In fact, I think there's sort of two discernible sections there. I think we could get away with having just the ascending thing, and then kind of the entire pattern like that. So I'm gonna do this and have two discernible bits. We're still only using the phrase because we're still only using those notes in that order, and then just having stretched out the pattern, started it again prematurely. So I think we can get away with that, personally. Cool. What else can we do with it? Let's have a little look at percussion, because I think that's going to be one of the biggest challenges here. So I'm copying the lick, the original pattern here, the motif, if you want to use your GCSE music words. We're going to put these all to the same pitch, because drums aren't pitched, so we can sort of do whatever we want. But I think as long as they're playing the same thing in the same tempo, I think that sort of gives us a bit of yeah, you know what, close enough considering we're using percussion. So if we have this pattern, let's take that. I'm pressing 1 to cycle through the different cursor options here, so I now have a time stretch option, so I can just do this, and it's twice as fast. I think we can get away with that. Yeah. And then how do we differentiate that into the next section, the yellow section? Maybe we stretch it out to a slightly odd number. I wonder if we could get away with just repeating that. Maybe. I'm going to take the penultimate one here and do an open hi-hat, and then do a choke following it. Do I always do two sections? No. I'm going to raise the velocity of this one as well. What I tend to do is pretty much what I did here, is come up with one section, colour it one colour, copy it and colour it a slightly different colour, and then find little ways to tweak it to make them different. And in that way I have two sections with only like, what, 10 minutes of real music making taking place. So I guess that means that now it quite quickly resembles a piece of music. Granted, the pianette hasn't changed. There's not a lot of there's no difference in terms of the instrumentation. It's still a bass, a pianette, and a drums. But you know, it's a start, isn't it? So what else could we do? let's have a look at the notes available to us, because I'm wondering about chords. I'm wondering about a lot of things actually. Let's glue this so it becomes one clip rather than several clips, so then we can open it up. I'm going to randomize the velocity just so it feels a little bit more like there's a person playing it. I'm going to take the section, lower it an octave, and start playing it the bar after. Yeah, like that. I'm also going to, just for the sake of my brain, rather than having lots of things overlap, I'm just going to reduce the length of all of those and introduce the sustain pedals. So this is just what you do if you were playing a piano or an instrument like a piano, like a pianette, and you wanted to just have a little more, you wanted to make notes last a little bit longer, you'd use the sustain pedal. So we're going to do that. So what's cool about that is it means we can still hear the notes after they've been played, which is nice. Cool. Let's have a little think. What can we do now? Let's add another. Perhaps not a keyboard instrument. Perhaps something. I don't know. Let's see what we've got in the world section. Maybe something like a kalimba or like a thumb piano or maybe even a harp. Kalimba. Lovely. I'm quite happy for this to not really sound like it's being played. To kind of make it sound a little manufactured. So we're going to go up a couple octaves. And maybe even just, oops. Yeah, something like that. And just double it up like that. Can we start it on an offbeat? That's quite nice, actually. Maybe just on the beat. I'm going to take. Okay, it's feeling quite slow. It's sort of dragging. So I want to find a way to make it a little more lively. I think the bass could be doing something more fun. So I'm going to take this kind of rhythm. In fact, if I just make it twice as long and do that. I think what I will do is take the individual notes and just play them in this rhythm. Just vary up the velocity a bit so it's a little more random. Oh yeah, I suppose... Yeah, it should kind of go into that section a little bit. Yeah, I can't really explain why, that just feels more... Yeah, that feels better. So I think with the drum kit, it's still a bit... So I'm just going to add kick drums, just 4 on the floor, just so it has a bit more... You know, just so it has something going for it. I'm also going to take that pattern, oops, the kick and the stick. We're going to apply it here in this next section. Like that. And then we're going to copy it a bit. Okay, so that's not too bad. That's getting better. I think rather than having hi-hat, because the other section here is hi-hat, the yellow is hi-hat, we're going to go ride. I'm going to check that is ride. Ride, yeah. Cool. Let's take a look. I'm going to add a pad. We're going to look at what chords we might have available to us here. Not many by the looks of it, but you know, there's going to be something in there. Let's use Halley and Sonic, the built-in software that comes with Cubase. If it loads, there we go. Wonderful. And we are going to use Verve, piano plugin that I'm quite fond of. It's a piano, but it also has a synthesizer behind it, which it calls the texture. That's a bit weird. Let's try another one. That's quite nice, actually. There we go. That's nice. Okay, we're going to leave that there. We're not going to worry too much about keys pad. Not going to worry too much about getting the perfect sound. So what chords do we have available to us here? We've got oh, we need to, yeah, okay, that's a bit pitchy, so we will go back and we'll just try to make it not quite so pitchy, because we're losing a bit of the well, the pitch. Maybe we just need a different one. Take it easy. Good to chat to you. Hi, Annie. That's quite nice. We use that. Let's bring the attack down a bit. Yeah, I think that's good. Nice, there we go. So, what chords do we have available? Well, E to G, that's a minor third. So we kind of have minor third A. We don't have any Bs, so we can't do a tonic chord. Are they all in E? Oh yeah. I think this is normally in D, but I don't care. So we have that. We could do D, F sharp. So we have an A chord. So we might not be able to do chords in the normal sense, but we could do something with dyads, so pairs of notes. And I'm not worrying too much about sticking to a specific rhythm with this, because we're sticking true to the notes available to us, which in my opinion is much harder. So we'll start with, let's maybe stretch this out so it's a little easier to see. We're going to start with E to G. And then we're going to go 2 bars of that, perhaps. And then we'll go D to F sharp. And then something with A. So we could have an A power chord. If we go that way. And then we could do I don't know, G to F sharp maybe, I don't know. It's quite nice, actually. Maybe that'll go up to G. Maybe we can use... What other notes are in there? Oh, there aren't really any. Maybe D to... Yeah, that. We'll use that. Maybe that would go... here? I don't know. Perhaps in here. Okay, I think a few things. I think I'm going to move that over. I think we should start with that phrase. Duplicate this. I think we bring in bass quite a bit later. And I also think that in this section that the phrase should be quicker. I think we should go one there. We should do that a few times. And we should end that there. Okay. In fact, no, let's do this. And we're just gonna put sustain on. That seems like the easiest way to do it. Just throw out. Octave lower, perhaps. It's hard to know where that should be. That should perhaps happen earlier then. The little calimber section. I mean, even earlier than that, perhaps. Maybe we sort of have it fade in. Might put like a crap load of delay on it as well. I think we would only have the kick and snare here. I think part of the problem here is it's quite slow, so we're going to double that up. And we're going to get rid of that lower repeat. Like that. maybe going to keep the E pad going for a bit. Yeah, I'm going to colour change that to yellow, so it looks like it's that section. I don't like the bass we had before, so I'm going to put that over here, and that's going to be like maybe an entirely different section. That's going to go here. And we're going to deal with that later. That's going to be our C section. So we have 3 sections now. That's going to be green. We will do. Because I think these chords work really well. Chords, dyads. Dyad instead of triad because it's 2 notes. Words. Words are important if you give a damn about words. And I apologise if you couldn't see the green section. We've got green section here, which is the bass that we had initially. That's just going to be there. We might have that now that we've picked up the pace a little bit here, haven't we? So maybe we have the bass kind of doing what it was doing before, but in a slightly more chilled out way. Like that. That might work. That's nice. I'm going to adapt that section. So we're using the same notes, we're just ascending and descending. So that's like close enough as far as I'm concerned. And we're going to use those there as well. We're going to cut that and we're going to start again. We're going to build it down. We're going to bring it down and build it up again. So that is not the section we were using. I forgot that I changed it. It starts more like this. Yes, 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 yes. So we're going to again have a fade in kind of here with these for the kalimba, like so. And likewise here. Actually, I don't know if we're going to have that there. Haven't decided yet. Haven't decided yet. I think we've got a bit of rain there. Lovely, lovely rain. Lovely, forgiving rain. I think we can end, if we want it to be cheeky, end on a high octave there. Nah, I don't like it. So we're going to add to the calimber a bit of delay. The delay isn't going to worry too much about the automation that's going on. So we're going to put it post fader. So just after this green line, we're going to go delay, mono delay. In fact, no, we're going to go stereo delay. So we're going to have the left hand side do a slower delay that doesn't last very long, and the right side's going to do a faster delay that sticks around for a little bit. A little bit longer on the right hand. Yeah. That's pretty cool. Nice, yeah. I think maybe that should be a slightly different section. I think we should do something funky with it. I'm going to have this green section be twice as long. Oh no, I'm not. I take it back. We're going to have a yellow section. Yes. Because I suppose that has more of a chorus vibe to it, I guess. We're going to do that there. 3:34, 3:13. So over 3 minutes. It's like 3 minutes, 20 seconds. That's a song. That's a whole ass song. Halfway through this section, we're going to swap to a different rhythm. No, we're going to start this section with a different rhythm. Not a different rhythm, the same rhythm, but a different pattern. Yeah, I think. I'm not sure, but I think. Yeah. We're going to change that to a fill just because we can. Yeah, that's what I want. I'm going to change these yellow sections to a different colour, because otherwise this is going to be really hard to read. So rather than that, we're going to go blue, because this drum part is then going to be a different kind of blue, which makes it easier for me to read. So we're going to scrap that. I'm going to replace that with that blue. Wicked. It also means that these sections, I suppose they can be labelled as like intro. So we'll do like a, we'll just do like a different shade of orange, I guess. So then that can also be that kind of orange. I think we want the velocity there to be a lot lower. Perhaps slightly more random as well. And here we're just going to bring those down a bit. Also, oops. And these again, just going to bring them down. Maybe the... I think that's what I want. Just trying to worry about the positioning of that little da-da snare thing. Oh yeah, also we changed that, didn't we? We made that half the... double the speed. I don't know. Yeah, that's probably what I want. I don't know what I want. Yeah, it's hard to know what you want when you don't know what you want. There we go. I think in this section, I'm going to have the pad play along with the bass. Just going to finish that with a big cymbal. Angelberg, thank you for following on Twitch, which appears to have crashed. So if you're having problems with Twitch, I do suggest refreshing. Of course, if you're having problems with Twitch, you wouldn't have heard me say that, would you? Ooh. DNS can't be found. YouTube's still live. Good old YouTube. That's interesting. Very interesting. Also appears to be a dog having a terrible time outside. We are back. Okay, that's cool. Angelberg, if you didn't see me, or if you didn't hear me say thanks for following, thanks for following. Wonderful to have you here. So we're going to have something else in here. I want to have another kind of instrument. I'm not sure what kind of instrument I want to have. Maybe something, I don't know, what's a glassy bell? Let's have that do the phrase, but like slightly, I don't know, in a slightly more interesting time. So if we just copy this phrase for a moment. Let's do this. Da-da-da-da-da. If we get rid of that last E and just copy the phrase there. We can just copy that as many times as we want. What I'll do is have that start halfway through this blue phrase. Or maybe here, I think. So I quite like that. I quite like the slightly aleatoric nature of that. It's random. It's not controllable. It's chaotic. All of these things. Big fan of all of that. I'm going to have it fade out here a bit. We're also going to use some more synthy tools on that, like the cutoff and stuff. So perhaps in the blue section, it's not going to be quite so prominent. So I'm happy for it to take center stage in this orange section here. But then when we get further along, I want it to kind of become slightly more of a background element. So we're gonna play with stuff like the cut off, the attack, the release. So we're gonna open up the automation here. We're gonna go cut off. That's nice and easy. And then here we're going to just bring it down a little bit like that, and we're just going to listen back to that and see what that sounds like. And we're perhaps going to do the same for this section here. And then for the end as well. Maybe we're going to go upwards here, perhaps in the green section. Yeah, that'll do. In fact, we might change the resonance for that section as well. That didn't really seem to do anything, did it? I'm just going to leave it there for fun. Ulrich Fassbender, how's it going, buddy? I'm going to do some attack and release stuff here as well. So maybe we start... I quite like that harsh attack to start with, because like we've got like a minimalism type thing going on here. So actually having things start in such a way that makes an impact is quite hard to achieve. So if we're just going to introduce an instrument, we may as well have it with like quite harsh attack. And I think reducing the attack, making a slower attack, is going to be one of the ways that we can make it become more of a background element in this blues section. Like so. Yeah, that's perhaps a bit extreme, but eh. And we'll find the same. So 39.9 is the target. 39, close enough. Nice, there's that. And then what about the release as well? I think we definitely increase that towards the end here as well. In this green section, I think we want maybe quite a lot of release for fun. That's kind of fun. Again, in this blue section, we're going to have it quite high. 43.33. So we'll do that again here. 43.33. Oh, excuse me. That was nearly a sneeze. It wasn't quite a sneeze, but it nearly was. like that. I do, yes. For effects, I think in fact I mostly use the Cubase stock stuff. For instruments, it's a lot of native instruments, but quite often Cubase as well. For example, this key part here is Verve in a Hallian Sonic. I think Verve is Verve free? Verve's free, right? I think in Cubase currently. In terms of like, yeah, delay and stuff, the Kalimba here is using stereo delay, which is stock Cubase. And in terms of EQ, dynamics, modulation, I pretty much only use Cubase plugins, really. Oh, thanks, Imperator. Appreciate that, buddy. Imperator there on YouTube. Yeah, catch up on the stream. This is a weird one. You'll enjoy this one. So, okay, we, objectively speaking, have met the goal. We have a piece of music that is a normal length of music. It's 3 minutes something, 3 minutes 20, I think. Maybe 3 minutes. Oh, no, 3.5 minutes, 3 minutes 40, something like that. We have used the lick to create. We've derived a rhythm from it to create the drum part. We've done a slight abstraction on that, and we've moved some of the notes up and down, which is fair enough because it's percussion. It's not pitched, doesn't matter, that one's fine. The piano is only playing that lick at various points in a couple different octaves and at a few different speeds. We haven't really worked on the bridge here. We'll get to that, it's fine. We have a synth here that is playing a version of the lick, or the first half of the lick. Da 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 da. Ba da 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 da. Yeah, I can't sing. It's fine. And is a beat shorter than it should be. So when it repeats, it does so in a weird way, which I think is really fun. So it doesn't fit anywhere, which is great. It would take many minutes for that to land again on a beat. Nearly. No. Ooh. No. Yeah, it'd take ages, so we're just not going to do that. That's fine, because it fades out, so it doesn't matter. It's all good. Don't worry about it. It's fine. I can see you worrying about it. That's why it's in yellow. It's a different color, so it stands out. The keys, they're playing dyads, not chords, but 2 notes at a time, so a dyad. They are playing dyads made only of notes from the lick. So what's it? D, E, F sharp, G, A. Those are the only notes we're using. And at the end it's just playing the lick in unison with the bass, but in octaves. Kalimba is playing a fast version of the first half of it. So rather than holding on to that final note, da, 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 rather than holding on to that, it just repeats. And it's got a crap load of delay on it as well. The bass is playing sometimes that same Kalimba pattern, but many octaves lower and much slower. And in this yellow section, he's just playing the notes of the lick ascending and then the notes of the lick descending. So every part has been derived from the lick in some way. Now I want to make it feel a bit more like a piece of music by sort of relaxing the brief slightly. And the way that I'm going to do that to start with is just by doing little drum fills. Just really, really simple things to lead us from one section to the next. So in this section here, we're just going to go nice and easy. Oh, let's go. Let's put that there, in fact. Maybe that's a bit too aggressive. I'm going to copy that and put it somewhere else because I quite like it. That's a bit better. Maybe just another break again. Let's get rid of them. Jazz Dude, how's it going, buddy? Ulrich, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I worked very hard on both of those things, so that means a lot. Thank you. We're going to swap the open hi-hat and the choke for toms, just so it maintains that sort of downward kind of feel in the same timing, the same rhythm. Maybe we'll swap those all for toms. I want to put that there, maybe. Yeah, fine, whatever. And again here we're just going to put like something really simple. Bunk, bunk, kick, stick, kick, stick. So then here, we're going to bring in that fill from earlier. Remember this guy? Oops, with a bit more velocity. Yeah, just because then it goes into like a nice, vibrant section there. At the end here, we're just going to have like a... like a snare roll. I have learnt that drummers tend to play 2 with the good hand, 1 with the weak hand. So rather than going da 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 da, it's more likely to be da 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 da. So we're going to go D sharp, D sharp, D. Because the D sharp's got the rim shot on there, it's got more of a kind of harsher, more high-end, attacky kind of sound. The D is a bit more dull. So if we do da 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 da, so sharp, sharp, D, sharp, sharp, D, sharp, D, it'll sound more like a drummer. You hear that? For this one, we're also going to change that section to something. I don't know what yet. I'm going to replace the last blues section. I've ruined it, but that's fine. Actually, replace the last blue section here, so we've got the fill in there. I'm also going to put the fill halfway through because the fill is rad. Oh, I've done something silly here. What have I done? Oh, very weird. I've got an extra beat. Extra quarter of a beat somehow. Ah, how did that happen? That's weird. Oh well, no harm. So this yellow section, kind of want something a little more like straightforward, like an actual drum beat. Ooh, that's kind of weird. I like it. I'm going to put the rides slightly ahead of the beat just so it sounds like a player's playing it. And we're going to do that. And I'm also going to ignore the rhythm for the bass. We're going to up the velocity. We're going to keep the same notes, but we're going to change up the rhythm a bit. There we go. These shorter notes are going to be high velocity. We're going to do the same thing. So we're going to keep the same notes, but at the end of every bar, or at the end of every note, we're going to play the note one higher than the note we're about to play. Yeah? So we're playing the E here. And then we play the G because that's the note higher than the F sharp that we're about to play. And then we're playing the F sharp. And then we play the A, which is higher than the G that we're about to play. You dig? So I don't know what the logical extension to that is, considering we only have a few notes available to us. Maybe D, I guess. Ooh, what have I done? There we go. And then lower. Brand X70s. Oh, I don't know them. Oh, Phil Collins. Right, okay. That's cool. Thanks, buddy. I'm going to take that as a positive, which is, I'm sure, how it was intended. And now I made it weird by saying that. Maybe I'm going to keep that as the pattern. Because I quite like that. Now there does need to be another note there. Yeah, probably F sharp. So we're going to recolor that. We're going to make that, oh man, yellow? Yeah. This needs to be yellow as well then, doesn't it? Although this is yellow. We'll make it purple. And then I don't know what the bridge is going to be, but we're just going to put like another little drum fill in here. Let's copy that pianette part. And then we'll try and just start again from scratch for a new drum beat. So let's go. Kick, hicks, flam. And then flam toms. Blom blom. Yeah. Yeah. I reckon. We're going to do that, but we're going to keep the foot hi-hat going just so there's something keeping some semblance of time in there. We'll double that. Sort of. I'm just guessing as to what might sound good. I've done something stupid there. Let's duplicate that. And then we're going to do a slightly different green section here. Ding, ding, ding. I'm just trying to get the emphasis of the pan. Da, 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 da. I guess maybe those. And the first beat as well. So we can't do flams. reduce those a bit so it's a little easier to play for our drummer here. And again, we're just going to do the same sort of drum fill we've done before. Dagga da da dagga. Da da. Just varying up the velocity there. I think maybe we keep that riff, that drum pattern going. It's quite nice. The bass at the very end here, we're just going to let that ring out a little more. A little more, by which I mean any amount. Okay, wicked. I think Ulrich Fassbender is, I think, fast becoming the smartest person in chat. You go get a beer, buddy. Let's do something weird with the little pad that we've got here, because we've got this little dyad that we can have here. I feel like we could do something quite interesting. We could do something quite interesting with that. I think we could stick some delay on it. We could stick some different effects. We can have a bit of fun. I also think we can change the pattern up a little bit. Maybe so we go. Maybe we gradually go up through the notes available to us. So then maybe this one then gets to E. And the notes underneath it have to start rising up. So we go F sharp, G, A, D. Yeah, why not? What's interesting about composing these kind of limitations is you find weird ways to make the limitations work for you. Like that, I would never have come up with that sort of thing. It's interesting. It's quite hard to feel like you've really got any sense of resolution with a piece like this. But I don't necessarily think that's a problem. You can have music that just sort of feels a little bit tense throughout, and that's sort of fine, I guess. I'm also going to slightly fade that out at the very end, and we're going to put 2 levels of delay on this. I'm going to put a pre-fader and a post-fader because I'm mad. So whichever one this is going to be some nice ping-pong delay. We're going to do like a half note, quite wide, not much low. And as we get to this section, the feedback's going to sort of increase. Sort of increase? The feedback is going to increase. Or the delay mix, rather, is going to increase. Like so. Yeah. And that's going to be in addition to some delay that we have over here as well. I do want to use Mod Machine, but I don't think my computer can... No, what is it? Multi-tap. Oh, we use Mod Machine instead. I love the multi-tap delay, but it absolutely knackers my computer. Like, it really does. I'm going to get some new hardware upgrades in the next, fingers crossed, month or so, if money things happen the way they should. I'm gonna sort all of this out. I'm gonna get it up to date. In which case it'll be like multi-tap delay all the way to the bank. But for the moment, not so much. Let's find a preset here. $16 dots. 1/8 dots. That's quite nice. And again, here we're just going to change it over so it becomes more delay than original signal, which I think is a nicer way than just fading out, in my opinion. I'm also going to raise that up to this point, I think. In wait, no, hang on. I'm going to raise it for this section. Yeah, I'm just messing around and working it out. I'm not using any critical faculties at this point. I'm just pressing buttons and seeing what happens, you know? That's nice. I mean, yeah, a little subtler. Well, very subtle, in fact, in the rest of this piece. Yeah. Maybe we'll have it a little more overt in this blue section, just because there's some space here that we can fill up. So we'll perhaps do this up to 50%, like so. And again, up to a little over 50%, that's fine. Yeah, there we go. Let's do some other cool stuff. Let's shove a chopper on there for no reason. I like the chopper. That's quite nice, actually. So we're just going to mix that in. Bring the mix out so it's into the next section. So excuse me, the effect doesn't join us in the next section. Or maybe have it slowly fade in, or kind of slowly fade in. That's nice. We'll have a bit of that at the end here as well. Okay. We essentially have our piece of music derived entirely, pretty much, from the lick. Let's make it sound a little bit more like a piece of music. Again, we're just going to play with the mix a little bit. Start off nice and simple. The drums, we're going to stick an EQ on it that's going to last throughout. The Monster Drums EQ, which I just like. We're going to go stock vintage compressor from Cubase, and we're going to find funk drums. We're going to have it about 30 something % mix, and I'm actually going to automate that so it's only, so maybe it's about 40% mix in like the really active sections, like here. Oh, that was the volume. Oops, don't want to automate that. We'll say 50% mix for these active sections, like that as well. And then maybe more like, I mean, this is just ride, so maybe nothing at all. And then it sort of fades in for that. Yeah, that's what I want. This section, maybe we want a little bit there, so we'll go 30%. And again, here we're just going to fade in with that little fill. Cool, so that's what, 30%, okay. So 30% for the emptier sections, like this one as well. So we're going to go again down to 30, and then we're going to have it fade up over that fill. Maybe here it can come down to 30 again, 33, close enough. And we'll go up to 50 again here. And actually, when we get into this next section, I'm going to go up to 70. Yeah, because I just want that end to kind of pump a little bit more. And then this final fill here, we're going to drop it down to like 0. All of that thinking just to end at 0. And yeah, like you say, Ulrich, it's a subtle, it's a little change. This is kind of exactly the same methodology I use when I do my cheating version of mastering. You essentially just, you decide which sections you want to be the most energetic, the most the coolest. Coolest is the wrong word. Energetic and pumpy, I guess, is the way to think about it. And you just give those higher compression than everything else. If you've just got a drummer going ding ding da ding, you kind of don't want, and I mean literally just on a cymbal, you don't really want any compression there. And then just finding if there's quiet sections, you know, you don't want that to pump in the same way as the rest of the song, because it'll just sound awful. Yeah, that's not what I want. So we're going to lock that off. Pianette. All I'm going to do is look at the EQ, and we're just gonna knock out anything below our fundamental frequency here. We're just gonna do that. Ooh, and if it came back, that'd be very helpful. There we go. Let's try that again. If we get a bit less of a curve on there. In fact, if we had... So all we're doing there is just getting rid of the noise essentially under our fundamental frequency here. I think we could raise it up a little bit, because there's some nice stuff up here. Whereabouts is that? Let's tighten that out a bit. That's quite nice. Can I find a section where it's just repeating non-stop, like this? Ooh. Don't know what that was. I don't know where that noise came from either. But whatever it was, thanks, I guess. Yeah, I want that, but not quite so much. There we go. That's quite nice. I'm going to cut out a little bit of the middle here as well, just because if we're adding stuff, I feel like you wanna give and take, you know. Let's compare that to without. Yeah, it's just a bit dead. Otherwise, that high end is a bit extreme, perhaps. 313. Okay, 3013. We're going to remember because we're going to subtract 3013 from some other instruments. Notably, the pad. So we're going to find 3000. Oh, 3. My bad. 3130. Oh, same difference. We're gonna make a little notch. We're gonna reduce some of that. We're also gonna cut out a load of this low end below here. And we're going to leave that as it is. Likewise with the synth here. That's actually got quite a lot of low-end percussion I want to get rid of. That's better. And again, we're going to get rid of 3130. I'm going to raise up this little bit as well. So we're still nerfing the low end. Yeah, I like that. Kalimba. That's kind of just at the top doing its own thing, really, isn't it? I do want to make sure it's not interfering with anything it shouldn't be. 3130. There's not a lot going on there, so we're just going to do that. Going to raise the extreme high end. Oh, hell yeah. So actually, I'm getting rid of a lot of the fundamental frequency, which is here at like, what, 600 hertz. So it is mostly like an extreme high-end thing. Cool. Bass. There is a bass EQ that I'm very fond of, but it might be too bassy for this situation. Round and clicky. Quite nice. That'll do. To put a little bit of compression, like maybe just a touch of compression there. Again, there's some nice presets in the vintage compressor. That's perhaps a bit loud, the synth there. I know we're doing some cool stuff with the effects, so I'm just going to bring it down by like 4 decibels. Yeah. The keys pad is really nice. I'm going to stick... What's a good way to bring the volume out? I'm going to stick a maximizer on it, and we're just going to have it, you can set it at 5% throughout, so it's not even really there. And then for this choppery section, oh, I hate that shortcut, I need to delete that. For this choppy section, we're gonna raise it up so it can kind of stand out a little bit. 46%, yeah, that's about right. That's nice. Perhaps at the end here we'll increase it a little bit, just because it's a nice patch. We'll let it shine a little bit at the end here, and then we'll maybe fade out the master in the fade out. That makes sense, right? Just doing all the signposting I should have done earlier. Okay, so we need to do something about that. Otherwise, that's pretty good. We don't have a kalimba, do we not? No, we don't. I'm just going to stick a seashell there because it sounds like water. It sounds like the seaside. Ulrich, buddy. No worries. Thank you so much. This stream happens weekly. Every Monday, same time. Starts 8 p.m. UK time. We do this every Monday. I don't know if you use Twitter, but I'm on Twitter, and that's how I tell people if there's a delay or if there's a rearrangement or whatever. But it's pretty much every Monday, 8 p.m. UK time. We were doing twice a week for a while. That's on ice just for the moment. Yeah, you know now. So now there's no excuse, my dude. Yeah, every Monday, 8 p.m. UK time. You're welcome to come along. You're welcome to ask questions. You're welcome to just kind of lurk in the background. Whatever you want to do, I will be here. But thanks for hanging out, and thanks for chatting and egging me on in the comments. Egging me on? You were nice in the comments is what I'm trying to say, so thank you for that. You were nice in the chat, so thank you for that. We're going to do a little bit. We're going to... Oh, that's nice. Someone's trying to... How did that get past the box? Come on, let's block that, obviously. In the bin you go. And off you go. That's nice. Someone's being nice to me on YouTube, and then someone on Twitch is trying to sell me something. Wonderful. We're going to do a little bit of master chain stuff, just a little bit, just to kind of complement the compression that's going on in the drums, for example. There's a nice mastering preset, demudder. Demudder's really nice, even keel's quite nice. Let's try demudder. That's quite nice. So that's just going to stay on. We're going to go maximizer. I'm going to leave a space there, in fact. We're going to go maximizer. The maximizer is going to be master bus, but dynamics are cool. And we're going to adjust the mix as we go along. So I'm going to open up the drums here for reference. So we'll do like 60-something% as our high point. We don't need anything above that for this kind of song. And then we'll sort of start to fade that out in this fade out, I guess. Oh, we're going to do something with the pianette because it sounded silly, weren't we? I'll do that quickly. We'll just leave the sustain pedal on until like here. Yeah. Cool. Cool beans. Right, so that's the highest point. We're perhaps going to be, if that's 60, this can be 50% here. And actually, before that point, it was quite energetic, wasn't it? So if that's 65, we'll maybe do 50, 55 here. 56, fine, whatever, don't care. 55, thank you. In fact, I think we're going to start at like 43, and then increase here. Yeah, we'll dip it down to 11. 11 sounds good. I'll just have it at 11 for the rest of that. This section we'll have maybe, what was this? 22. Okay, we'll do 22 again. 22, which is like tiny differences, really. But, I'm into it. We'll start with it off, in fact. Yeah, so overall we have an upwards curve here, don't we? Let's stick. I'm a big fan of Magneto 2 for mastering. Master more air. It's really nice. And we'll also do some imaging. Expanded wideness. That's nice. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to send everything to a reverb channel, FX channel to selected tracks. We are going to add, what are we going to add? I don't know, reverb probably. We're going to go frequency. We're going to add another master reverb there with a little less low end. Master EQ to the reverb, we're going to have that after the reverb this time. Normally do it the other way around, don't know why. We are then going to reverb, Roomworks, plate vintage, mix 100%, not much pre-delay. And then we're going to use the volume fader here to decide how much reverb we want. And then we're also going to automate that a little bit. And apologies because you can't really see that. In fact, if I just pull this up here, there you go. I have to hide my face. Haha. So we're going to have this louder at the start, and we're going to have it coming down to like minus 17. 17.8. Okay. And anytime there's a bit more space, we're just going to bring that up a little bit. Damn it, was it 17.8? There we go. We're just going to bring that up to minus 9. What was that intro? Minus 6. So minus 9 is probably fine. And then at this outro as well, we're just going to increase the reverb quite a lot. 17.8, 17.8. Slightly less bass going to that. Yeah, all right. Let's listen from the start. Piece of music made entirely, wink, using the lick. Almost entirely. Pretty much entirely. I'm going to say entirely using the lick. Down to the rhythm most of the time. The note choice 100%, and the rhythm most of the time. See now, if I was studying GCSE music, I would just nailed the coursework and used a meme to do it. Ulrich, yes, let me walk you through the instruments. You may have seen me tweaking as we went. The bits where the compression was pumped, I thought it was a little too pumped. So I didn't change the automation, but I changed the optimization percentage down to like 32% there. So that just brings the whole pumpiness of it down a little bit. So let's walk you through the instruments. Drums, I use inside of Contact. Session drummer, studio drummer, session kit full. My version of complete is not complete. My native instruments bundle is out of date by like 6-7 years maybe. It's pretty out of date. Again, money. When I work at that infinite money cheat, or when my Ko-fi goes viral for no reason, I will upgrade. But I think you can get studio drummer still on a lot of the more affordable packages from Native Instruments. So studio drummer, session kit, full. The preset is funk, and the only real change I've made is to bring down the overhead and room mix of the hi-hat, and then in the mixer bring down the hi-hat a little bit and the kick ever so slightly. Otherwise, fine. As far as the instrument goes, a little bit of compression, a little bit of EQ. Don't really need anything else for that one. The bass, would you believe, is Contact. It is Scarby J bass. Where have you gone? Scarby J bass. Bridge setting? Yeah, so the bridge pickup for the bass. Big fan of that one. And again, just a little bit of EQ, a little bit of compression. I use that on I mean, I've released music with Scarby J bass. I'm a big fan of it. Again, old version. Pianet with just a tiny bit of EQ. Scarby Pianet. Big fan of this one. I like the clav that they do as well. Not really a keys player, but like, big fan of it. Synths. Inside of Contact, we've got retro machines. I think this was a preset. Where have you gone? Retro machines. Mark II. It was the Glassy Bell preset. We moved it to the second variation. So every one of these presets comes with 8 presets inside of it, which is pretty nifty. So we've gone to the second variation there. I changed the performance. I put quite a lot of glide on it, which the notes don't overlap, so it's completely pointless. And as you saw during the broadcast, playing with the attack, the release, and the cutoff, and a little bit of the resonance as well, just to get a bit of evolution over time. The keys pad is Verve in Hallion Sonic, a recent addition that I'm very fond of. A piano that has a pad underneath it for no good reason. Big fan of that. This was the final phase preset, but we changed it up a bit. We put way more pad than piano. I think we reduced the attack of that quite a bit as well. Kalimba, Native Instruments. This is an instrument that you get in the factory library. I think if you download the free version of Contact, you get this Kalimba. I'm a big fan of this Kalimba. And I quite often like using it as a percussive thing. So the actual notes that are being played are immaterial, really. Just get it doing like a nice little ostinato thing. Stick a load of delay on it. Wonderful time. Again, I've released music with that free plugin. I do use quite a lot of Native Instruments things, and I am excited to update to the next version whenever money happens. But I do like a lot of the Cubase stuff as well, and sometimes I use things that aren't Steinberg and aren't native instruments. Sometimes, but not often. I do really like... What we're on about plugins. I do really like the Clev Grand, Slammer, and Pipper. Slammer is like a junky drum kit. Pipper's like a weird vocal synth. I'm a big fan of both of them. I got IL Harmer by Harmer by Imageline, because it's got some nice image to sound synthesis kind of sonification applications. Never really got on with the software, but like, you know, it's there. Yeah, that was the stream. How about that? We did it. We set ourselves a goal. We set ourselves a goal to create a piece of music derived entirely or mostly from Adam Neely's... Well, it's not his The Licc, is it? It's The Licc already exists, but I think it's well known because of him. Or certainly as well known as it is because he's made it a meme and sold hoodies with it on. I'm not complaining. I like the hoodie. Oh, very good question. So everything you've seen me make took place in this live stream. Ulrich Fassbender asks, when you started this session this evening, did you prepare the project beforehand, or did you start from scratch, empty project? Sorry, I missed the start of the session. Yeah, it was all made brand new, empty session. Sometimes I'll, because I have like a half-hour pre-roll before I go live. Sometimes I'll be like getting a project ready in that time, loading instruments. Sometimes I think I may have loaded 3 empty instances of Contact because I knew I'd use Contact, and it can take a bit of time to load. But no, I pretty much did everything within the 2 hours that I've been live. And that's kind of my USP as a composer, is that I can do pretty much okay work in like very little time. That's why I charge so much by the hour. Yeah, wonderful. I will be back, let me see, next Monday, 8 PM UK time as normal. Yes. Do I even have my diary with me? I do. Haha. I am good at planning. Yes, next Monday, 8 PM UK time. I also have Saturday, 1 PM UK time. I'm doing a game stream at Convo Hat Podcast. I don't know what I'm playing. Probably Minecraft, because I'm a child. So if you want to watch me play Minecraft, 1 PM UK time, Convo Hat Podcast on Twitch. Yes, I need to stop saying and I also need to stop beating myself up saying Anyway, thanks for hanging out. I will see you Monday, 8 PM, more Cubase. Toodaloo, folks.